If the Bible had powers, I tell you, nobody will bring it to Africa. Repeat after me. If the Bible was useful or had powers, nobody will bring it to Africa. Period.
Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to the channel of upright men and women. Before I get into today's video, I need to big up one of my ardent viewer and subscriber. He lives in Britain, somewhere in the UK. His name is Michael Wellington. Now, Michael Wellington, you had actually asked me a few days ago to big up yourself on Saturday. And I had actually planned to do so because your birthday was yesterday, Saturday the 10th. But, my brother, trust me, it slipped me. But, enough respect same way. First thing I do this morning, I just big you up in the video. I just want you to know that I appreciate you very, very much. I appreciate your visiting my channel. I appreciate your subscription. And I hope that yesterday you had one of the bestest birthday ever, my brother. The fact that you love this channel means that you're an upright man. Because you see people who are not genuine and can stand the truth, them would not keep watching this or sharing, much less to subscribe. So, we know that you're being on here, know that you're a real G, because only the real G come back to this channel after them hear how I talk. So, my brother, big up yourself and enough respect. We are gonna yam them one by one. We are gonna yam them 2 by 2. We are gonna yam them 3 by 3. I don't know if you guys ever listen Anansi's story in the past, but I remember one of them did have in that little song there. And guess what? The police are yam them 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3. Earlier it was 1 a day, and now it gone to 2 a day. And some days you have all 4 a day, 2 over this and 2 over this, so same day. And the results are showing. Now, someone has told me that it's now 126 gunmen have been killed in shootout with the police since the start of the year. And that is a drastic rise in the level of police killings. As a matter of fact, it is unprecedented. Just like the unprecedented number of innocent people that are alive today that would not have been alive had the police not been killing these gunmen. So, with 131 days gone out of the year, and we and the police have killed 126, we're almost up to 1 a day. We're only 5 or so less than 1 a day. Good work, officers. Lots of innocent lives saved. Continue to save the lives of innocent Jamaicans. Soon and very soon, it will be a beautiful day in this country. Now, guys, the first thing I want you to do is to take a look at this short video clip.
We've been talking about digitizing the big book, the station diary, but now we have transitioned to a fully digital system. So whatever is typed in here is available for the entire police force right across the island to see. So if the police in other receive a report about someone who committed a crime and it is logged here, that report is rolled up into the central database and the other police divisions can see and say, but we have a similar report here, and so you can begin to draw parallels. So this is the book of life. This St. Peter used to write in this book. So now we have transitioned from that to the computer. That is what we mean when we say we're integrating technology. Very good. For a long time we've been talking about digitizing the big book, the station diary, but now we have transitioned to a fully digital system. So whatever is typed in here is available for the entire police force right across the island to see. So if the police in other receive a report.
Now guys, if you had if you wanted any reason at all to know that we have reached the critical turning point in solving Jamaica's crime situation, you will need to look no further. Jamaicans, we are standing on the cusp of the watershed time in history, and we who are alive today can say we are thankful we were around to see the change. Some of us who are old enough can say, oh, I remember where I was when President Kennedy got shot or when Martin Luther King got shot. Some of us can say even more recent, this is where I was when Gilbert blew in Jamaica, that big storm. And of course, some of us can say, I know when the Twin Tower, when those planes hit those Twin Towers over in New York. Well, this, what's happening today, is as critical in Jamaica's history as those other events that are taking place in the world. And if you're a true Jamaican and if you're a true patriot, you are going to be very happy. Now, you know the people who are not going to be very happy? There are some people carrying a Jamaican passport who, for them, this is not good news. Why? Because they put party first, not country first. They will do anything to sabotage this country and grind it into the dust as long as their party is not in power. I cannot do that. I will work with any party in power as long as it helps to make Jamaica a better place. We as Jamaicans, we need to realize that it's country first. Country first. And if you don't believe in country first, you're not a patriot. And if you're not a patriot, you cannot call yourself an upright man. Anyway, here's a part of the good news. More than 2,500 additional CCTV cameras are to be installed across the island over the next 3 years. And guess what? 37, that's what the figure I'm hearing, 37 of those cameras are going to be set up along Olympic Way alone. Olympic Way, most of Olympic Way is in the Prime Minister's constituency itself. And we can all remember, just about 2 weeks ago, a young girl was shot and killed. I think she was about 15 years old. Was shot and killed on the 17th of April this year. And in that same incident, 2 other men were injured. And over the years, many people have been shot on Olympic Way and on the streets leading off, close to the actual Olympic Way intersection, most of them. And the Prime Minister have decided that since this is a hot spot, he is going to ensure that that can never happen or will never happen again. Now, that is what you call decisive action. Therefore, what he has done, he has set up a command center at the new Olympic Gardens police station from which CCTVs across the entire city can be monitored. And those cameras, all of them will have face recognition, license plate readers and recognition, and those cameras will be monitored 24/7, 365. So if this man is willing to put 37 cameras on a 2-mile stretch of road in his constituency so that the whole place is covered, then this man has taken crime seriously. For people who have been on this channel for a while, you don't know how me cuss out Andrew. And particularly when it comes to the crime situation. So when him change and start do something good, like a patriot, I have to give him his praises. Because I can't be a hypocrite and decide that when a man do bad, me fi cuss him, and when him do good, me not fi praise him. How can I do that and then still run a channel that's called a channel for upright men and women. Now, someone said to me in my comment section, as a matter of fact, I've heard it on several occasions where people say, how can I consider myself to be a law-abiding citizen, and at the same time that I'm calling myself a law-abiding citizen, I'm telling police to kick off people's door and shoot people in their beds? Because they are saying, if I'm a law-abiding citizen, then they say you can't break the law to uphold the law. And I say that is false. You can break the law to uphold the law, and it has been done. Now, let me give you an example. It is wrong for police to shoot a man in the back, even if he's a criminal. And while there are no specific provisions made, well, as far as I know, with the little legal knowledge we may have, which is just next to none, if you see a man with a lass, a run down a man and him a go chop him, I see him raise the lass and I go bring it down on the man's neck, and you there behind him and you shoot him in the back, you will get away. You broke the law, but nobody now saying you go to prison for that. That's just one example where the courts will know say you broke the law in a sense, but because there was no criminal intent, that is important. You did it, but you did the act to save lives, to save many lives. You can be and should be forgiven. Now, in the case of Jamaica, now where we have one of the highest murder rates in the world, and we do have some of the most vicious gunmen to ever walk this planet, and them bloodthirsty and blatant bad, and with a court system that is overwhelmed by the number of cases that is being handled by the court system and by the police, we are at a critical juncture where it is impossible to effectively fight crime under those circumstances. And as me say, circumstances alter cases. There comes a time in your life where one is faced with a situation that is so drastic that certain measures have to be taken place, that one has to alter one's behavior in order to effectively cauterize a situation. Now, in the case of Jamaica, if we keep worrying about the possibility, because it's a possibility, that now and again an innocent man may get caught up in the dragnet and get killed, that should tie our hands because of, and let us decide not to do anything. But stop for a moment. Let's argue about the fact, the absolute fact, that the killing of these current gunmen, or if you want to say all of them innocent, guess what? 228 less people dead since year than we would have dead last year in the same period of time. And if we continue at this pace, there will be over 700 people less dead for 2025 than were dead over last year when compared to several years in the past. So we can't look to save one tree and then make the whole forest a burn down. You have to kill a tree, even innocent tree, to save the entire forest because you can't save everybody. So those who are hiding behind the shield of saying an innocent man may get killed, of course an innocent man or two may get killed. And some people might say, what if I your son? What if I you? What if I your brother? And my response to that is 1,500 killed by bloodthirsty gunmen. Say 150 killed by policemen. Who is more likely to kill me? There's a 1% chance that I'll die by a police bullet, and a 99% chance that I'll be killed by a gunman. Why are you not asking yourself, what if you were one of the gunman statistics? Since you are a 99% more likely to be killed by a gunman. Ask yourself that. When you ask yourself that and you have the answer, you come back to me. And as for the question of human rights, what is a human? A human being is not simply about having a humanoid form. Being human is also about having certain behavior. Now, have you guys ever heard of the word humane? Well, humane means having the standard of behavior and thinking of a human being. And what are some humane attributes and tendencies? You have to be loving, kind, sympathetic, understanding, considerate, forgiving, apathetic, and so on. And those attributes makes you humane. In other words, only a human being can be humane. And that is what sets us apart from wild animals. Now, how can Satan, shaped like a human being, come out of the belly of a human being, but bloodthirsty, go round, we kill man, woman, picnic, baby, suckling pan breasts, have no problem with being brutal, will cut out your belly and roll in the blood, and has no humane tendencies whatsoever, and you call him human merely because him come out of the belly of a human and has a humanoid form? I don't think so. Being human is not just about having a physical form of a human being, but is to have humane tendencies. Tendencies that makes you be able to be called civilized. And if you don't have those tendencies, then as far as I'm concerned, you are not a human being. You're only shaped like one. And since you're not a human being, you don't deserve human rights. Human rights should be reserved for humans. So anywhere them find you, just yam your food same place. Quick and fast. No ceremony, no nothing. As a matter of fact, you should even put in a coffin. If you just get 2 old tire, 2 chuck tire and put on you and just light them. Because your body not even deserve for go in a ground. For contaminate the soil. Now guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.